Just Cause 3 makes no apologies for its outrageous nature. It's a power fantasy in every sense of the phrase, placing you in a world rife with destructible environments and giving you instruments with which to destroy them. There are intermittent technical problems and scripted moments detract from the freedom found elsewhere, but in the end, Just Cause 3 presents a spectacular sandbox experience. The plot revolves around returning protagonist Rico Rodriguez, who's arrived in the fictional Republic of Medici during the height of a military dictatorship. The story here is forgettable, but it delivers an effective invitation. Dozens of military installations cover the world map, and it's your job to blow them up for the rebel forces. Rodriguez himself is a mashup of masculine action stars and comic book characters, so it makes sense that I often feel like a superhero in his shoes. By supplying us with a wingsuit, parachute, and grappling hook, Just Cause 3 gives us not just effective means of transportation, but also a smooth, nuanced traversal system. There is a steep learning curve, but with practice, I was leaping from helicopters, gliding through enemy bases, and floating over farmland with ease. I actually felt like a hero learning his new skill set. It's as if Avalanche Studios combined Batman, Spider-Man, and the Punisher, and thrust its creation into a vivid Mediterranean landscape. What follows is a kaleidoscope of spectacle and scale. Helicopters dot the sky, chain explosions cover the screen. In a world teetering toward total destruction, Just Cause 3 grants us the tools to push it over the edge. I have the traditional grenades, remote mines, and numerous land, air, and sea vehicles on call. But then there's the tether. This grappling hook modification attaches two separate objects, and through tension, can pull them toward each other with hilarious results. I reeled enemies toward explosive barrels, collapsed watchtowers, and pulled attack helicopters into a fiery end. It's a testament to this game's creativity that guns were often my last resort. Like all of Just Cause 3's best moments, the tether encourages experimentation, rather than thoughtless reaction, and as the hours passed, the destruction stayed fresh. This small mechanic encapsulates what makes Just Cause 3 so fun. It leads to numerous possibilities, and even now, after 30 hours in this idyllic sandbox, I'm sure I haven't seen them all. And almost every activity in Just Cause 3's world is worth doing. As you liberate new provinces from enemy hands, challenges will pop up across the map. These include vehicle races, machine gun score contests, and wingsuit dives. And by completing these, you'll unlock new gear mods which further change the function of certain items. While some of these are minor, such as increased grenade capacity or a nitrous boost for vehicles, others reveal dynamic new ways to experiment in Just Cause 3's world. Take the booster mod for remote mines, for example. Whereas previous versions of the device just detonated at a chosen time, this modification sends objects careening into distant structures before exploding. I used this on cars numerous times, creating 2-ton bombs that flew toward enemy fuel tanks after I had dove from the driver's seat. And this is only one of the many uses I discovered with just this one small upgrade. This cascading structure is what makes Just Cause 3 so great. There's a cadence to how you approach its world. Outpost liberation leads to challenges, which lead to gear mods, which lead to even further experimentation. And more often than not, each tier of this formula is entertaining in itself. Just Cause 3 excels because it adds variety to the equation throughout, making destruction and mayhem entertaining far past the early hours. However, Just Cause 3 does deviate from its open world freedom at times, and when it does, it falters. The scripted story missions progress the plot, but the actual gameplay involved is repetitive at best and broken at worst. The vast majority of these tasks are escort missions, in which you defend a plane or boat or caravan of jeeps. Protecting another character can be tiresome to begin with, but when their behavior is unpredictable and often unintelligent, I restarted checkpoints far more than felt fair. Just Cause 3 is also filled with some bugs and other rough edges. My parachute sometimes closed at random, and AI behavior made several story objectives impossible. And for a game that places death front and center, it was often inconsistent with whether I should die or not. I'm happy Just Cause 3 is lenient with its falling damage, considering I'm in the sky more often than not, but I survived a 500-foot fall at one point, only to die from a shorter one soon thereafter. These mishaps would be easy to overlook if they didn't disrupt an otherwise fluid experience too often. When Just Cause 3 is consistent, however, it's a stunning display of cause and effect. But there's a more thoughtful undercurrent as well. Despite the explosions and instant gratification throughout, Just Cause 3 also encourages experimentation and foresight, and the results are as rewarding as they are entertaining.